All right, folks, hello again. It's October 30th. It's a Tuesday. It's nearing 6 p.m. We just got done with our big shuffle. If you caught the last video, we left Chicago. I am now just outside of a beautiful small little town by the name of Niles, Michigan, which is way down southwest Michigan. Where we're staging things and getting things ready to start this what I'm going to call a one-year contract worth of work. It's really good stuff. So I stated in the last video that we left Chicago, and I'm not getting into it, but I kind of lied and said we were all done. We're not. That Chicago contract came with about 3 different legs on it. The most intricate, complicated part of that project is over, been tested, and I'm going to call commissioned. The second part, which has been a bugger, is why we just left. But I'm going to stop there, okay? We're not a company that gives up. We don't give up. We just, there's some things we just can't tolerate as a contractor. The third leg of that project is a very complex, complicated wiring job, which is going to take at least a couple months. So the fact of the matter is, we're not done with Chicago. We're going to be going back there real quick. At least some of my guys are. But construction is basically over. Okay, speaking of construction, we are the proud parents of a brand spanking new John Deere Model 50G Mini-X. I've been in cahoots now with the equipment department for, actually this was quick. This turned around quick. I think I raised this flag about 3 weeks ago plus, and the fact that we needed one, and it's justifiable, and we ended up going with the extended longer arm. Which is going to be worth its weight in gold. It's going to be a pain in the butt in a lot of cases as well, but in the long run, it's going to be worth its weight in gold. I had it ordered with a standard 18-inch bucket because that's what suits us best, and then what we call a cribbing bucket. That's what it's called, a cribbing bucket. It's just like this, but it's going to be just like that. The thing of it is, though, that's about a week away. They had a hard time getting that in on time for us to pick this up, and that's on its way. The cribbing bucket is used for digging between the ties, and then of course this is just for your common normal excavation of cable trenching and foundations and cabins and anything and everything else in grading. I was gonna go with the angle blade, mainly for the fact of backfilling trenches, especially trenches trenched by a trencher. I know some of you can make that make sense here. It was a 6-month lead time, if you can believe that. 6 months. So I opted out. I wanted this immediately. So yeah, beautiful piece of equipment. Just amazing the size difference. Now, I know when we're talking about excavators here, guys, you're looking for ones that are about as big as a house. We don't need those. In fact, for the last 6-7 years, when we started construction for this company, and we've become leaps and bounds ever since, we started off with a whole army of 35Gs. At one point, we had 6 of them. That huge undertaking that we started with, which is now completed. My God, we had 6 of these 35Gs. We had four John Deere 410s. That's one of them. That was our latest and greatest on that big undertaking. That's probably actually about 2 years old. Maybe 3. Multiple boom trucks. Probably close to 25 company vehicles, 550s, 450s, 350s, 250s, 150s, and the list goes on and on. But yeah, This is a great piece of equipment. I dibble-dabbled with it just a little bit, so did all the guys, and everybody's probably going to be fighting over it for a while. One of the other options, which is kind of tricky business, I remember when I first ordered all the 35s, I purposefully, even though we're up here in the north, purposefully, they were bought with no enclosure. It's just open rollover protection. No enclosures because of the ongoing fact of tells the word I'm looking for here. Graffiti and damage by others, you know, idiots running around. And we were lucky. We actually still incurred some damage, especially to our 410 backhoes where we were back then. It's a little bit different here. I know it doesn't matter, but it's a little more of a country setting. And I opted to gamble with the full enclosure cab, especially with the winter months we're about to endure. It's not very easy to be outside in what I'm going to say the dead of winter working. It's even worse sitting on a piece of equipment because you're not moving. And it plays hell on the operator, it really does. And of course, what does that do? It joggles his mind about how cold he is. What does that do? Unsafe actions. Pure and simple, can't be argued with. And so yeah, pretty happy and proud about it. At some point I will actually do an operating video and even get you inside the cab. Everything's all closed up here right now, but beautiful piece of equipment. I'd have to say it's basically double what the 35 is. Extremely powerful too already. We kind of tested it. There's only one problem. Minor problem, but it's a problem. You see the tracks? That's from the new Mini X here, the 50G. You see how tight that is? That doesn't cut the mustard. That is just a wishing and a begging for a problem. These are beautiful trailers, by the way, too. These are tilt decks. They work really nice for us. This is a Towmaster. What we do have is a brand new trailer coming tomorrow. One of my guys is shooting up to Grand Rapids tomorrow morning from home to go get it from John Deere AIS in Grand Rapids. I'm very hopeful because it's a felling trailer, skid steer, drop deck, not a drop deck, tilt deck. I'm only hoping that it's manufactured a little different to where there's just a little more space, because that's just a little too close for comfort. I don't care who you are, especially if you're loading and unloading it daily, which we don't make a habit of doing. It usually gets brought to the site and we'll stay out there till it's time to move, but I don't know, we'll see what happens. So yeah, we're in major mode here, shifting gears. A lot of conversations today. We are hopeful and going to be starting this project by throwing some dirt come Monday. The next couple days here is reserved for just getting ready. We got a lot to do here yet. Remember, we shifted gears like that, and we weren't prepared for this, but by God, we will be. And we're looking at throwing dirt Monday. So this is just one of your regular common rail yards here. A lot of storage, a lot of garbage. Not garbage, but you know what I mean. You know, like a lot of old ties and plates. And they obviously have a tremendous project coming up with all these. Those are all bags of anchors and spikes. Tremendous project coming up. So that's it, folks. Just wanted to show you the new John Deere 50. We're pretty happy about it. It's always nice to get a new piece of equipment, whether it's just for the company you're working for or if it's your own on the farm. I don't know, it just feels good. It's all right. So that's about it, folks. Called to check in. Hope everything's all right. Stay tuned for a video at the absolute latest tomorrow evening. one way or another, loading and shipping some cattle to the shipper tomorrow night. So got a big day tomorrow. All right, folks, that's about it. I got to go find a hotel, and I got a bunch of paperwork to do. We'll go from there. Talk to you sooner or later. Have a great night.